A Dance of Deception, The Secret War of the Simpsons. In the quiet, suburban normalcy of Springfield, a dark secret festered within the Simpson household, unbeknownst to even its closest inhabitants. Marge Simpson, with her characteristic maternal intuition, began to notice a peculiar and unsettling pattern in her husband Homer's behavior. Night after night, Homer would retreat to the solitude of the bathroom, the click of the lock echoing a definitive and mysterious separation from their shared life. Marge, bless her unsuspecting heart, was entirely oblivious to the grim reality of Homer's nocturnal activities. He was not, as one might assume, seeking refuge for personal reflection or dealing with digestive distress. Instead, he was operating as a highly trained clandestine agent in the employ of the nefarious Mr. Burns, tasked with the cold-blooded elimination of his employer's extensive list of enemies. One evening, Homer's mission led him to a lavish high society gala. His target was a well-known local television host, a man whose only crime, in the eyes of Mr. Burns, was likely an unfavorable on-air comment or a perceived slight. Disguised in the unassuming garb of a construction worker, complete with a mustache to further obscure his identity, Homer navigated the unfinished upper levels of a building opposite the event. He meticulously assembled his sniper rifle, the city lights twinkling below like a sea of oblivious stars. As he peered through the scope, he located his target mingling amongst the oblivious partygoers. With the crosshair steady and his finger poised on the trigger, the moment of lethal finality was imminent. However, just as Homer was about to complete his deadly assignment, a mysterious and elegant woman in a black dress and a striking blonde wig intervened, executing the target with a swift and silent knife thrust before melting back into the crowd. Homer's mission was abruptly and professionally usurped. A surge of indignant frustration coursed through him. This was his kill, his purpose for the evening, and it had been stolen from him. In a fit of professional pique, he turned his sniper rifle on the mysterious assassin, attempting to eliminate the competition. Yet his shot went wide, a rare and frustrating miss. With a final, determined effort, he fired again. This time, his bullet found a peculiar mark, the assassin's blonde wig, which was sent flying, revealing a shocking and unmistakable tower of blue hair. Homer stared in disbelief and horror. The rival assassin, the woman who had so expertly stolen his kill, was none other than his own wife, Marge. The revelation sent shockwaves through their already strained, albeit secretly so, relationship. The following day, a palpable tension hung heavy in the Simpson home. The unspoken truths of their double lives created a chasm of suspicion between them. Marge, ever the homemaker but now with a deadly glint in her eye, prepared a lasagna for dinner. As she served it, Homer's newly informed paranoia kicked into overdrive. He saw not a comforting family meal, but a potential death trap. To him, the rich, layered pasta was undoubtedly laced with a potent, fast-acting poison. Despite his deep-seated fear, the allure of the delicious-looking lasagna proved too powerful for his legendary appetite to resist. He took a bite, his life flashing before his eyes, but to his surprise, he remained very much alive. The lasagna, it seemed, was just lasagna. When the attempt at a poisoned meal, real or imagined, failed to resolve their newfound conflict, the situation escalated dramatically. The quiet suburban home transformed into a war zone. Homer and Marge, now openly acknowledging their deadly professions, resorted to more conventional and far more destructive methods of assassination. The house was filled with the deafening roar of gunfire as they unleashed an arsenal of weapons upon each other. Homer, armed with a formidable minigun, unleashed a torrent of bullets down the stairs, while Marge, dual-wielding pistols with the skill of a seasoned operative, returned fire from the relative safety of the living room. Amid the chaos and flying debris, their marital squabbles took on a new life-or-death intensity. They argued not about finances or forgotten anniversaries, but about the deceptions that had defined their secret lives. Each felt betrayed, each felt deceived, and they expressed these feelings through a hail of bullets and explosions. Caught quite literally in the crossfire was the unsuspecting and perpetually unlucky Grandpa Simpson, who had chosen the worst possible time to be in the wrong place. The domestic battlefield was a scene of utter destruction. The family photos on the walls were shattered, the furniture was riddled with bullet holes, and the piano was reduced to a smoldering wreck. Just as the confrontation was reaching its crescendo, with Homer aiming a crossbow at Marge and Marge taking aim with her twin pistols, the doorbell rang. The fighting ceased for a moment, and a bewildered and portly policeman, Chief Wiggum, stood at the door, drawn by the cacophony. Before he could even fully process the scene of domestic devastation, Marge, acting on pure lethal instinct, fired the crossbow. The arrow flew true, striking the unfortunate officer and killing him instantly. A strange thing happened in that moment of shared, reflexive violence. The act of dispatching the policemen together seemed to ignite a spark between Homer and Marge. The adrenaline, the danger, and the shared dark secret of their professions coalesced into a potent and unexpected aphrodisiac. Homer, looking at his deadly, efficient wife, was overcome by a wave of intense attraction. The battle-worn couple, their home in ruins around them, embraced passionately. The night concluded not with further violence, but with a night of passionate lovemaking, their bodies entwined on the floor next to the fallen Chief Wiggum, a bizarre and morbid testament to their newly rekindled and dangerously exciting connection.